Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is almost 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this 22nd day of March 2021. Happy Monday. Going to do some deep analysis into the euro dollar and take a look at where it's going, what we should expect, and so forth. First off, I want to do a little Gann analysis, time cycle wise, and I want to get an idea of this is what I do in my own analysis is measuring the length of time something has spent in a trend or where it's at from a certain major swing. So going from the swing low that we had in 2020 to where we are now, that's 52 bars. 52 bars is close to Gann's death cycle, the 49 49-day cycle, but it can also be 49 weeks. We have 41 bars up here, 45. This is all fine. Really don't see anything different there. I want to measure also how many weeks have we been in this trend. And we are getting close to 90. Sorry, we're at 77 days. 90 days is generally when we would see some type of turnaround. So I just want to throw this down here for now. Vertical line. And I'm just going to go April 5th. That's what I want to know. Okay. Now let's take a look at our volume profile. I want to identify, not VWAP, but volume profile. I want to identify using the visual range, kind of going from the highs that we had back in January of 2018 to where we are now. I want to get an idea of where some key levels are at with the volume profile. I know that our first high volume node is around here. Second is there. And just up above, well, we'll just say right here is the next one. So I've established these high volume nodes. That's all I really need to know for now. Then I want to do some fib retracements. I want to get an idea of where the important price levels at. So I'm starting from the swing high. And I'm going to draw to the strong bar of the move down, which is, it's not the low here. It's not the one we want. It's the strong bar after that. So the strongest bar is basically the bar with the greatest amount of range, which is the one after that, I believe. That's the one we want to take a look at. Or is it this one? Where are you at? Sometimes the strong bar isn't even... Is it this one? Yeah, that's the one. All right. So there's our strong bar. And then I want to get the swing, maybe a couple fib retracements from this swing here. Strong bar of the move on this guy, on this swing. There's a couple that we could use, but really it's the confirmation swing that I'm looking for, that I want, which is right up here. There it is. Okay, now I have those established. What I can do is I can hide these, or if it's too cluttered. For right now, I just want to leave them. I know I'm right up against a couple zones here. So the 886 fib level here is at 1841. And then we have the 50% retracement of the first of the fib level that we had at 1876. So we've got a clear support level there. Price action wise, we can also see a lot of trading activity in that zone. So it makes sense for us to see some support being found around this level. I want to take a look now because we have spent 3 weeks bouncing off of this kind of value area. I want to take a look at the my oscillators to see if there's any reason why I wouldn't want to consider taking a long here. First, I mean, it's actually, it's pretty neutral. So the RSI is at 50. The percent B is right above 0.2. See, this is a not an ideal situation, because when the RSI is above 40, and if the percent B crosses down below 0.2 while the RSI is above 40, that is a really a strong trigger for prices to move south. So watch out for that. So this is on the weekly chart. Otherwise, there's some evidence that we may have some supportive price action moving, but it's more risky to the downside here than it is bullish to be on the upside. So I'd be very careful of what we have going on here. The composite index is at a pretty a normal level to find support. So pay attention to that here, because we have similar kind of structure between the RSI and the composite index. So that could trigger some upside movement. On the monthly chart, the monthly chart actually looks like the monthly chart is pointing to some, that is not good at all. The monthly chart is signaling some further downside pressure. Yeah, that's not very convincing at all, because the monthly looks so bad. Probably shouldn't even have a bullish bias at all. But looking at the daily chart, what do we have going on here? We have, here's another warning sign on the short side. Is the composite index is fairly neutral. All right, it's fairly neutral, but there's a divergence in here. It's barely noticeable. And that's, what did I just do? I didn't mean to move that up there. There we go. The divergence is barely noticeable, but it is there. So between the RSI and the composite index, here's this high of the RSI, and then look that there's a lower high. Looking at the same thing on the same peak on the composite index, we have this. So look here, you can probably barely see it, but lower high in the RSI, and then we have this higher high. I know some people say this isn't a high, but it's a line. So higher high here. Regardless, I mean, we have this divergence from back here too, but so there's bearish divergence in here. Okay, this is hidden bearish divergence, which is great, because hidden bearish divergence is only valid if something is in a downtrend, and we've been traveling south ever since the beginning of January of this year. That, to me, as far as foreign currencies are concerned, is trend enough. This is the thing that's going to drop the euro. So watch for this. And this is why I think you should probably be looking at that short bias. When the composite index line on the daily chart crosses below the slow average, the yellow line, that's the warning sign number one. Warning sign number two is when the percent B crosses below 0.2. And both are very close to having that occur. So watch out for that. The trend, and watch for the trend line break on the RSI. Watch for this structure to break down. Because even the RSI, I mean, looks like we have this looks just like a bearish pennant. And price action itself just shows that we have like a bear flag. So yeah, none of it looks very supportive at all. Be on the lookout for the downside move here. Let's look at the 4 hour as our last time frame. Actually, I want to go back to the daily, take a look at the Ichimoku system. Ichimoku still very bearish. Let me hide all the drawings here and draw this. Move these south here. Let me hide all the drawings. Ichimoku wise, yeah, it's still bearish. Everything in here is very bearish still. Weekly chart on the Ichimoku. Mixed. But if the lagging span is still above the candlestick, so that's a bullish indicator. Everything here is actually still very bullish looking, but it's weakening. It is definitely weakening. Monthly wise, yeah, wow, just rejection off of the. We won't get a clear move out of here and a clear move higher until the lagging span on the monthly chart moves above or below the cloud. I mean, it's been stuck in here ever since. We got to not August of 2018, but further back, or forward rather. It's touch and go here. I'd be looking at a probably a move south to retest the 115 value area, 115.50, 115, before anything else. So just keep an eye on that. There's definite short sell side bias here for right now, and just be aware of that. From All the Trade Exchange Rates UK TV, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.